For a new and different perspective every week on LEGO sets, news, media, and more, you're listening to the BCC Podcast. Today is Wednesday, January 20th of 2020, and you're listening to episode 248 of the BCC Podcast. I'm LQ, and joining me today is Ford.
Good evening, everybody.
Leo.
Good evening. I hope your evening was breathtaking.
Orion.
You're breathtaking.
Oh, it is evening. Okay. Yeah. Hey, good evening, everybody.
And Mace.
Hey, so we haven't had you on for a while.
I only missed the last episode.
Yeah, he's on 2 episodes. I think you missed more episodes, Leo.
Nonsense.
Were you on in all of December?
Yeah, surely.
Yeah, he was. I remember. I think. Actually, not my memory's so bad. Don't.
In Leo's defense, I do have a reputation for missing some.
It's a toss-up between you and... Usually you and Leo miss the same ones now. Last week, to be fair, you were here. It wasn't your fault that you weren't on.
The internet provider was out for 12 hours at my apartment. Noon to midnight.
Jeez.
It's just lovely.
That normally happens when I'm working.
RIP.
That is not fun.
No, it is not.
Alright, today is a bit of a slower news week, actually. 2 main pieces of news. We've got the LEGO Ideas Medieval Blacksmith reveal, and we've got a poll for a special set being made for the 90th anniversary of LEGO.
Bionicle.
Is that Leo or Orion doing a mocking voice?
It was
That'd be
Leo.
Leo, and he was being very
Vote
serious.
That was Orion.
people.
That was not
Make it
Leo.
happen.
It was Leo 100%.
It was Leo, and he meant every word.
Your own
Anytime
chuckle will
Orion's
give you away, but
mocking
yes, I
normal
need it.
people, it sounds a lot like Leo.
Leo, you should take that as a compliment. I don't know why, but you should.
I'll take it as an insult and demand retribution.
So, first bit of news today. It's been a long time coming. This set, I believe, first debuted in 2017, was approved in 2019, and now in 2021 we have official set images of the Medieval Blacksmith.
Yay!
Where's the blacksmith?
No one seems very enthusiastic about it.
I like it.
I think
It is quaint. It is very quaint.
The background. The background doesn't do it any favors. The black, just
black
blank.
box art.
Yeah, the box art is just...
It makes
Why?
it look just very underwhelming.
Yeah.
It's not at all like what I voted for.
So I
Where's
guess
the
you're unhappy
original?
with the two.
I don't remember the original actually.
Yeah.
Is this the original?
Yeah, I will show the original here.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Were Huskies that common in
it's
medieval
not.
Europe?
No.
Excuse me.
I wouldn't have thought so.
Yeah, the Husky is an odd choice as well.
Yeah, it's lost the tactileness, I don't know, the ramshackleness
Yeah,
of the original.
There's a
It's
greatly
lost a lot of
over
its
design
charm.
that's present in the fisherman's shop
Mhm.
that they had.
The Fisherman Shop was a way
this
better
is what-
adaptation.
Yeah, the fisherman's shop. This one just lost in translation, I guess.
This
Now-
is like looking at the
Yeah, it's like it just
the-
looks too clean. It looks
Well,
too like the old one looks nice and weathered. Like it looks like it's been lived in, but this one looks like it's brand new, and then they just decided to add in some moss at the top to try and make it look weathered, but it just doesn't
Oh, I just noticed the moss. That's awful. That looks awful.
Yeah, it just doesn't work.
I don't know why
Yeah,
they
this
added
is like
the light
looking at
blue.
the old Google logo versus the new one.
Huh? I like the old
The
Google
old
logo.
Google.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
The old,
it was like it was so
logo.
bad that this moss that Brickset actually has an article right now where you can fix it, like telling you how to fix it. And it looks so much better with the fix. Honestly.
Wait, where's the moss on the new one?
On the very
On the
top of the roof.
On the top.
Oh, what? Those aren't tiles?
Nope.
Right,
It's
that's
like
what
a
I thought.
style.
They're very
Well,
gay
in
tiles.
reality,
Very
they're
gay-
Lego
moss.
bricks. Yes, but it's meant to be moss.
No,
It's like a
because it just
crusted
looks
roof
like
or something.
it just looks
Mold.
like a design choice that the Lego people, like the Lego people of the set, made when they built the house. Like, it doesn't look like moss; it just looks like a part of the roof.
Exactly.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought.
It doesn't work.
Overall, like, it's not a bad set, but like when you compare it to the
It's still a
the
nice set, but it's just not what was
superior
voted for.
It says $150 too.
What's the piece point?
It's not bad. Let me double check it here.
Maybe 100 would be fine, but
No, I think the price is probably
2,164. So
yeah, that's a nice price. That's a perfectly fine price.
the thing is, it doesn't look like that much.
it doesn't look big enough.
I don't like it, and I don't like their color choices, which is drastically different. One of the reasons I like the original so much is I liked all the nice autumn muted colors. Yeah, they replaced them with all
Another
these
thing,
bright
like,
colors. They even
I like blue. I don't mind the blue, like the lighter blue.
oh, I don't like
Like,
the lighter blue
just-
at all.
I don't know. It's just
You've
like
never liked
I
light
don't
blue.
mind that color, light blue, but it just clashes with the mossy green, and then when you combine that with the dark blue, additionally, it just there's too much going on. There's too much going on here.
I wanted
like it.
all dark blue, and I wanted the tree with the nice fall colors, and the grass that was the nice muted olive greenish color, and I wanted the printed tiles for the wood with the dark brown wood. And yeah, this has none of that. Honestly, the colors are the biggest part of it for me. I don't like the colors they chose. Yeah, I'll certainly not be getting this set. I lost connection to the stream for a moment.
Oh, rip.
I have no idea what
weird.
happened. Yeah, the internet blipped out for a moment. I don't know where we actually lost the audience here. Alright, but we seem to be back now. And as I was saying, it's mainly the colors that bug me on this set. If they could have done the colors better, I probably would have liked it better.
I'm gonna steal his podium.
Did Ole Christian strike you from heaven for speaking against this?
Ooh, this
Yes.
looks nicer without the moss.
It does.
Really, it does.
And the better, I like the lighting too. It makes it look a lot more like it's not like the original.
And that's another
It's-
thing. Like
Liam, if you're speaking, we cannot hear you.
I'm not speaking.
yeah, that's the
Okay.
thing. Like the light blue here looks so. It looks like it
Bright.
fits here.
Bright and happy.
Yeah. Like here with it looking new, it looks fine. But if they try to add any weathering to it, it just doesn't look good. It just looks off.
See, if Lego had just made this set out of the blue, it would be great.
Mhm.
It'd be totally fine, no problem at all. As
Except
an
for maybe
adaptation, though,
The moss, I think, could still be a problem.
Yeah,
moss
what
is kinda
is
ugly,
that,
yeah,
man?
but-
Well, that's the thing. You just take it away. Take away the moss, and you're good.
But we
Like-
don't always have the parts sitting around to do that.
That's true.
Well, that's the thing that they should have done at the beginning with. It's just like, do we add the weathering or not? Let's go with not.
There's got to be better weathering than just slapping sand green
But
on
then,
top.
yeah, but that's the thing though, because the problem is the original project had weathering. How else do you show it?
By using the right
You-
colors.
Exactly. Like you actually make it look like it's weathered. You make it look kind of like decrepit in some areas. You don't just like put some sand green on it and call it a day. Come on.
So, I think it's pretty safe to say that a lot of stuff got lost in translation from this because I think they're more focused on it being kind of a callback, like harkening back to the classic castle, much in the same way that the Barracuda Bay pirate set was
Mhm.
reimagined as harkening back to the classic pirates with Redbeard
Real
The
quick, because I
additional
think it was
events.
lost on the stream. The picture up now is Brickset's picture of the Blacksmith without the moss, not the official set picture. Anyways, go ahead, Leo.
Yeah. And I think you can see that with the inclusion of the Falcon Knights here that weren't in the original model.
Black Falcons.
Yeah. But I don't think it worked as well because they've brought the aesthetic more in line with the 2013 Castle line, if you remember that.
Right.
Where there's a lot of blue to go with the stone as well. And it just...
It wasn't what
I'm
we
not
were
as-
sold originally.
Yeah, I'm not as enthused with it as a translation as the Barracuda Bay pirate set was. I think there have been a better set to try and do that with. Or, better yet, make it an 18 plus set since you have that line.
It is an 18 plus set.
Well, it's still ideas. I don't know.
Most ideas
They
is
could've
going
done
into
that.
18 plus now.
Are they?
Yeah.
Is that what they're transitioning?
That's why there
That's
has the
kinda-
black background Orion doesn't like.
Oh, yeah.
That's why the boxes suck.
Postmodernism did not do good things for Lego.
Yeah, overall, I won't be buying this. What other Lego Ideas sets are upcoming?
Ooh.
Is the
Sesame
piano?
Street.
The piano came out, right?
Yeah,
Sesame
the piano
Street.
came out a while ago.
Typewriter,
Sesame
Seinfeld, Home Alone.
Seinfeld.
Sesame
Did the
Street is
Home Alone
18
one
and
have a
up.
truck minifigure?
What?
Because it's the house.
No, it doesn't.
No,
Okay.
it's the Home Alone house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the house.
It will have Joe Pesci. You
Yeah,
can finally have the Irishman.
I have one piece. One piece. We need a Goodfellas set next. That way I can get like a De
There you go.
Niro.
Okay.
We should do stop motion where we recreate the Italian scene from The Irishman.
Yeah, I need to. I'll get the Pesci minifigure somehow. Next Lego contest. That'll be
I'm
my
trying to find a
entry.
list of all of them that are upcoming, but it's not as easy as you'd think.
Doesn't Lego just have like on their ideas page? Don't they have just like upcoming on that?
Not that I can find. Because they like release them in blogs, but it's only the individual reviews. I know we had one of these a while ago when we were going over every single ideas set. But can't seem to find it now.
Yeah. Speaking of sets, ideas for sets. Did we do the second part of the podcast where we're talking about Raimi ideas?
Not
sets?
yet.
We have not yet.
Yeah, no, not yet. We'll
Eventually.
get there. We'll get there.
Sorry to leave all you guys hanging.
I think that was our
We'll get there.
like least popular episode we've had in a while.
Oof.
The fans were wrong. That was a good one.
I
We all
agree.
did like William Dafoe voices for half an hour. How could you not like that?
Right? Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, son.
Come on. Come on, Liam.
I'm trying to find
Oh, cool.
Come on.
I'm trying to find a list of what our sets are still upcoming.
There's Sesame Street, Winnie the Pooh, Typewriter, Home Alone, and Seinfeld.
All right, Winnie the Pooh,
Oh,
the creepy tigger.
Oh yeah, that one I want to see.
18 and up Winnie the Pooh set.
wait,
18 and
have
up
they,
Sesame
did I
Street.
miss that? Have they shown the
Andrew.
finalized version?
Wait, I don't remember this one. Legendary Stratocaster.
I don't remember that either, no.
Post a picture of that, please. Was that space again?
No, it's
No,
guitars.
it's not a guitar. Yeah.
It's guitars?
Ah,
It's shown right after the globe here.
Oh, yeah, the globe.
Well, then this says when I actually go to LEGO Ideas site, this entry did not advance past the phase. I think
The
someone just
phase?
stuck it onto Wikipedia.
Rip.
maybe the designer of it was salty.
I am not
Perhaps.
sure what's
I
going
shouldn't
on.
blame them.
Yeah, I don't know who the heck put this on here. Okay, but we also have the Earth Globe upcoming. But yeah, Home Alone House and the Winnie the Pooh I'm excited for. Earth Globe might be alright. I don't think I have any room to store something like that currently, though. Especially because I found out this week that Ninjago City is probably too tall for my shelf as I'm building. I figured that out.
Oof.
Build a better shelf.
Build
My
a
shelves go up
shorter
to the ceiling.
Build a higher ceiling.
Yeah, there
Build
you go.
one that goes up to the window.
I have to figure something out.
Build a bigger
Chop the
house.
top with an
Liam,
axe.
I've seen your room. You're gonna run out of space for storing stuff eventually too.
You already did. You're gonna have to put some
Yeah.
in the
You're
basement.
gonna have to
Stop at the second floor.
You're gonna have to
I
move
guess.
out and then like, to keep buying Lego.
Well, I've
You'll
got
have to buy an apartment just for your Lego stuff.
I'm looking into real estate.
Yeah, he read The Art of the Deal and he just like immediately I have to buy must buy property.
Just rich boy things.
But yes, I do need to figure something out to just store these for now, at least, because I've got the docks coming in from Russia sometime soon, and
Why are they coming from Russia?
that's the best deal I could find on them.
Put them in the living room on a coffee table.
that's
All three.
deal. Couldn't you just buy
Mace.
them from Lego?
Do you know how horrible of an idea that is?
Wait, what was his idea? I
Yeah,
missed
but
it.
it'd look cool for a few minutes at least.
What was his idea?
Put them all on a coffee table in the living room.
It would look so nice for at least 5 minutes.
Maybe if you're like
30 seconds.
living single, yeah.
But even then, there would be kids around at some point.
Just tell them not to eat it.
Ah,
Mace, I know you've dealt with little kids before.
I know.
Even
I
as a
am not
joke, how is this
serious
going to
with
land?
it.
Ugh.
I know, I'm not serious. The real answer is you need to move some stuff down to storage.
Yeah, and the thing is, that's why I was planning on originally is taking down some sets. The issue just is there's not a spot on the shelf where the set physically fits, even if it's blank.
well, wait, where are you keeping it now then?
Right now, it's sitting on my bed. It's not
Where
done.
are you gonna sleep?
I move it over to my desk. Well, it was
See?
on my desk before the podcast. When I'm building it, it's on my desk.
Huh.
My desk is
See?
still covered in bricks here.
Between sleeping and being awake, do you transfer the set between your bed and the desk in rotational?
Really, the only time it's on my bed is during the podcast.
Okay.
Only the first level is done as well. I'm working on the second level now, and it is much like you would think it'd be wider than it is. It's actually not very wide because it's just the size of a base plate. That actually doesn't take up that much space, but it is very, very tall, and the garden is even taller. So there's a chance that I might be able to fit this on my IKEA shelf if I take off the antennas.
I need to install some
There you
fluid
go.
myself because my DVD library is just getting too big for the one that it's on.
You also move a few that you don't like down to storage.
I already did actually. I'm just running out of space. Nothing as impressive or as expensive as Liam's collection, though. I'm still
I
very
know
proud
how
of
you
the
feel.
10 sets that I own.
What was the last
These
set
last
you got now,
years.
Ryan? Didn't you get the Monkey Kid mech?
Yeah, I haven't built that yet though.
You should build it.
I will. Well, actually, if I didn't even think about it. If I do build it, I don't even have a place to put it, so I do need to get some
Yeah,
some
shelves. You should. You know what you
Yeah,
should
there you
do is like organize your DVD collection with Lego sets that are in theme with the genres of the movies.
There you go.
So
You don't even know how hard of a task you're asking. What would I put next to the Rick and Morty collection?
I
It
don't
all
know.
starts
Classic
with planning,
space.
Ryan. It all starts with planning.
Maybe. I think Space Police would fit it more.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more colorful.
How many Rick and Morty DVDs do you have?
Well, it's just
Season.
no. Well, it's just like all the seasons. What are there? 4 seasons. So there's 4 Blu-ray cases.
And they have their own category of movies all in themselves.
Well, no, they're all in like the TV section. So they are like.
So you can get Lego Seinfeld to go for the TV section.
No.
There's Seinfeld. You can probably find Big Bang Theory.
No.
Don't you want to own the Big Bang Theory set just for the novelty of it?
No.
How much is
Ooh.
Let's see.
Too much.
Probably a lot right now. It's been retired for a while.
It is
To
not
be
worth
fair,
for any price.
The set actually was not bad at all.
It's just the principle of the matter.
That's Big Bang Theory,
$211 on Amazon.
Nice.
Oh, called it.
It comes with a lot of good printed pieces, though, like the Chinese food and
China.
some posters and stuff, and you get like Green Lantern. Though now we have an official piece for that, so.
Yeah, I'll pass on that one. When they make Breaking Bad Legos ideas,
Didn't you hear how like against Breaking Bad the Lego group is? That when someone made a mock of Breaking Bad, Lego had an official press release condemning the guy who even built it.
Yeah.
Really?
I did not know this.
Yes.
I did not know this. Why do they hate it so much?
Because of the meth.
They just don't understand cinematic TV.
The meth and the murder, I think.
This was
Could be
about
wrong.
how it's between like 3 to 8 years ago now. Lego, they probably wouldn't have condemned it if it happened today.
I can't.
You
believe
see,
they put
this is clearly an affront to the field of chemistry, which Lego itself should be, all for, seeing as it deals with plastics.
Lego is drug.
Yes,
Mhm.
Lego is drug. That
Mhm.
was totally the intent of what I was saying.
There you go. He admits it.
All right. Well, speaking of Lego's policy, we're gonna move over to the next topic
Ooh.
now.
Here we go.
Ooh, I like the next topic.
It's all
This
about
should be interesting.
division. Everyone's divided.
Do we have to
About
talk
money.
about? I guess we do have to talk about the
Lines.
community reaction, but let's save that for a while. I like to talk about our own views without being influenced by the public. So
All
The
right.
public's always wrong. Always
it is
Pretty
true.
much.
true.
All right, so I'm gonna bring up the web page again here of the Lego Ideas blog.
Yes.
So Ford, I trust you to provide an accurate explanation of what's going on here while I get
Okay,
ready.
No,
so-
wait. We were gonna just go over this first.
Not the
Well,
controversy
let me-
of what's
let me
going on
just
with Lego.
introduce it. Yeah, let me just introduce it. So
Ah.
on Sunday morning, at least for me, it was the morning.
It was
Uh,
morning, yes.
Lego Ideas put out a 90th anniversary of the Lego Company poll, where you could vote on 1 to 3 of your choice of 30 different themes that you could choose to potentially be the kind of selling point, or I guess the lack of a better term, theme of a 90th anniversary set to commemorate the 90th anniversary of Lego. That will come out next year. And the way it works is there'll be these 30 themes that you can vote on. It's the 25th of January this year. And then next year, they'll open up a second poll with the top 3 themes, and then you can vote on those themes to see which one's the most popular of those 3. The thing is, the one that wins that poll will not necessarily be the set that is made. They're going to take the top 3, supposedly, sets that make it to that final poll and make a set out of one of them. So essentially, the second poll is just seeing which one was the most popular that we could have done, even if it, maybe it is the one they pick or maybe it isn't. But it's essentially like a guessing game, like, hey guys, which one did we make a set out of? Like, whatever. Now, there's a lot of different things going on, but I feel like some themes are kind of like spread out a bit. Like they spread town into like 3 or 4 different themes. They spread classic space into different things, castle into different things. And then of course, you have what we would consider the classics: Ventures, Alpha Team, and Even. And I couldn't believe this. Bionicle.
It's because we're old now.
Mhm. I'm fine with that.
So Yeah. They've even got studios and time cruisers, which is one of the 3 that I've
Here, let's go through all. So, first up, we've got
Yeah.
trains. That one has a good
That's not-
chance of, like,
Yeah,
getting
we're
voted
going
up.
in order off of the blog page.
Yeah, I've got the blog page literally streaming here.
I will say this. They definitely put the boring stuff up front.
I mean, I wouldn't be the
Just
most
saying.
disappointed of trains when, as long as it's not like another crocodile.
Well, I mean, you know, we totally don't have enough trains. right?
Town, which so honestly, town just evolved into city, so that if this wins, I'm gonna be mad.
Mm,
Don't bet out those boring A-falls just yet.
I know, I'm not, and yeah.
Yeah.
Classic Space is next. Another one I consider incredibly boring, and also it does get sets every now and then.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like, literally just got
Thanks to the
some.
Lego movie. Yeah.
Yeah, like almost wasn't even last year. It was the year before, right? But it's still pretty recent. I still see
Yeah,
those sets on the
28.
shelves.
2019.
Yeah, I still see the spacemen,
Mhm.
whatever, on the shelves.
When
So,
people are trying to argue that it was like argument to bring back Classic Space because it sold out at first.
oh yeah, right.
All right, then we have Classic Castle, also very boring.
mhm.
I mean, it's the set here is iconic, but like again, we've
Yeah.
seen it before. We've seen it before. I want to see something new. something
Lion
interesting.
Knights.
Which is
Well,
just another
none of
castle.
this
I
is
don't even know
something
what that
new.
is.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
just another castle.
this is very similar to Classic Castle, except now they have gray. Black
It's
Falcon's another castle sub theme. I really wouldn't count all these as their own themes, but it's weird.
Yeah.
The one I don't even remember, Model Team.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one either.
That must have been early 80s, late 80s, early 90s thing. Had to have been.
Yeah.
Forestman, which is kind of a cult classic. I mean, at least it's something
Yeah.
different.
I've still never heard of that one.
Yeah.
Bring back base plates.
No, this wouldn't be the
I-
worst. Even though
Forestman.
Blacktron still gets representation in minifigures, Blacktron is cool.
That's
Black
my
Thunder's cool.
personal favorite out of all of these, even Bionicle.
I just hope if
Those
they...
bug
I'd
eyes.
love if they do this, though. I hope it's a modern reimagining of a theme and not just, like, something incredibly similar. Well,
Assuredly, it will be.
Blacktron, all of these pieces here are tired at this point. Like, most of it's just huge
Yeah.
chunks of plastic.
So it'll be interesting seeing how they recreate the aesthetic with the modern.
But Blacktron has cool
Man,
colors.
I
Yeah.
really want to see a Blacktron set.
I would not be disappointed if Blacktron got it. They even have the Triforce from Legend of Zelda.
upside
And
down.
Blacktron?
So it's the low roll version.
Oh yeah.
Black Knights, another castle sub-theme. Pirates, I don't feel it'd be fair for this one to get because we just got Barracuda, or this one to pass because we just got Barracuda Bay.
Right.
That's fair.
Mhm.
Why are
There's
Imperials a
also-
separate listing?
Exactly.
I don't
kinda
know.
Spread them around a bit for some reason.
I think it
don't know
probably
why.
internally was qualified as a different theme at the time,
Interesting.
but I'm not sure. And then here we've got Space Police.
But the first one.
Just
If it was the third
Yo.
one, I'd be on board.
Yeah. It's
forget
the
an
lame one.
anniversary set. Give us another wave of Space Police, please.
A new updated wave.
If they put the care that they put into Ninjago into a space theme, that would be great.
Oh.
Bring Brick Daddy back, please.
What if they did just like
Pretty.
that would be a great theme too. Like what if they just do something new but also like encompassing elements of all previous space themes but modernized?
Yeah, like you could
Well, if
make
they were
like
going-
you could
if
make
they were
Brick
going to
Daddy
Ninjago with-
like
yeah.
the villain for a year. Like he could be like the big bad, not just
I
like
don't
a one
necessarily
bad.
think it has to be even story driven. Just like it like basically Lego City
Like
but
back,
space.
back in the old days.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Lego
Yeah,
City, but space. Yeah.
And then
That'd be a
you
lot more
like then
interesting.
you'd have literally space police there, and you could have like some criminals return from that, and you could have like Blacktron referenced sets and Mtron reference sets.
You could even have a crossover. Where,
Speaking
where,
of-
like a game where like Chase McLean
Hey,
comes
that's my thing.
to.
Mtron.
Ooh, I wouldn't mind this either.
Mtron's not bad. Most things with Tron in the name are pretty good.
If you got Tron in the name, you're doing something right.
Wolfpack,
You have
another
that
castle
for-
sub theme.
Wolf Pack.
See, why are they subdividing all
Wait,
the
Wolf?
early '90s like sets that were technically all the same thing but just different?
There's no
Harold
I
trees.
don't know.
There's no wolves or anything anthropomorphic in this. Why?
Now this
Is
next
it
one
Ghost.
is interesting. Paradisia, Lego's old vacation theme.
Is this basically just old Lego friends?
No, this one is
Sure.
still
No.
for men.
It's for men.
Hey, who says men can't
No, it
be
wasn't
fun?
like dollhouse theme. It was like beach vacation stuff.
It was an offshoot of Town, which is
Yeah.
running a thing again.
Next up, we have Dragon Knights.
These are
Or Castle.
And we have a
And then
very
after that,
19th
yeah.
century looking theme, Ice Planet. Or 20th
You mean
century.
20th?
Yeah.
19th.
20th.
I wouldn't mind this one or the one after Aquazone.
If it's a space one, I just like anything except for classic space.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I just like the boxy design of like the futuristic space vehicles and underwater stuff.
And next up, Aquazone.
Yeah, this looks cool.
Aquazone's okay.
I mean, it's essentially just space, but in water.
Which is also
So-
rad.
Aqua Raiders was
I mean, I
better.
don't have any problem with
Atlantis
that.
did it best.
I think Atlantis
We
probably
have-
was the best underwater theme.
We have to apprehend the water criminals. They're stealing the water and the kelp.
Next up, we have
Stealing all
Spyrus. This is one I had almost forgotten existed. Spyrus had some
I
cool
believe it's
minifigures,
serious.
though. It would be cool to
What
see
is
modern
that base
interpretation.
plate? What is that base plate?
You
going
remember the
on?
old, like, mountain-like base plates?
Yeah,
Very
I was one
vaguely,
of those.
yes.
We don't need any more.
There's
big
not
ones,
much
Rock.
building in these old Lego sets, which is why,
Nope.
again, I don't understand the nostalgia for them based on what we have now. What we have now is much smarter.
It's just
Mhm.
nostalgic for, I don't know, just because it's old and I don't know. That's why.
It's old and the people nostalgic for it all too.
What is this name? Explorians?
Another space
Oh,
yes.
sub-theme.
Who thought of that name?
Lego.
A genius who got paid a lot.
That's who.
This is like the sequel to the Backyardigans, but way lamer.
Are you sure? I think it's about equally lame.
We're about to get radical.
This is probably
You're right.
Time Cruisers.
my second... Wait, no, not yet. I'm talking about Explorians. This one's
Oh,
probably my
fine.
second least favorite of all the space after classic space.
What do you think about Insectoids? That's one of my favorite. Like
Insectoids is
underrated.
cool.
Yeah, Insectoids is all right.
I got kind of swindled because I only got half of the set.
Why am I
the
not
biggest like insectoid set had like the light up stinger thing in it that made a ton of noise and like all those like cool green and blue transparent pieces in it and stuff. Oh, it was an awesome set.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, they
I have
should
no
bring
idea what
that
that is.
back.
Now, next one is
Whatever.
one I have vague memories of, just because it was like stuck on Lego's website for a long time, was Time Cruisers. Time Cruisers
Yes.
always looks awful in all the sets, honestly.
But
Yes.
it's so cool.
No,
I'd be
it's
interested in
not.
the concept revisited, but not for this.
Not like
Yeah.
this.
Wait, the next one though, like that's a good classic theme in my opinion.
Divers?
The divers.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I
It's
mean,
still
they're still
just
doing
town.
it today. Yeah.
It just looks cool, like the old
does.
retro.
Yeah.
just builds
I can
them.
understand that. I always
I don't
forget
know
the
if I'd want a
sawfish
modern
piece is so
version,
old.
though. Like the modern, if you did a modern version, it would lose the appeal. Like I would just want that set, basically.
Now, next up is one
Now-
I voted for.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I do just want to say real quick. Look at all these great representations sets. Just remember that for later.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Now, Adventurers is one I definitely like to see. It still gets references, but I think for our generation, like, Adventurers was the poster boy for, like, original
Yeah.
Lego ideas.
It was certainly
I would
there
not
for
mind this
a
one.
lot of magazines.
What years was it out?
It was for a while. I'm trying to remember exactly
Yeah, it was
when.
out
Expedition
until,
wasn't-
like,
Orient Expedition was in 2003, wasn't it?
Because
I
I
believe so. I think Orient Expedition was
That was the last
2003
giant
and
thunder one I remember.
2004, I believe.
Because
It's on a
I
set.
kind of missed the boat on getting the sets, but I do remember playing like the Flash game.
U2.
Oh, that was
Yeah,
fun.
that's what I remember mostly is the games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the
I had
Minotaur
some
and
of
the
the
Orient
jungle
Expedition game.
Oh,
man.
the
Oh, yeah.
Minotaur was so.
Well, the one where you're,
2003.
you're in the pyramid.
It went 1998
Yeah, where you're, like-
2003. So this is actually a fairly long-running theme for something like it is.
Yeah, because there's this one we have here with the Egypt stuff with who was it, Ramatut or whatever the pharaoh's name was.
No, it's
Mummy
not Amset.
Amzit Ra. Oh no, that was
In Lego Island 2,
that
it's
was
Queen
Pharaoh
Lego TT.
Hang on. This is
Creative.
bothering me. I need to know.
Like, outside of the obvious, this one is my number one. Outside of like Black
The
Trump is
obvious.
number 2 for me.
Oh, what?
This
No.
is the number
No, this is number 2.
one. Well, no, this is number 1.
Next up, Extreme Team, one I have no
Oh,
fond
wait,
memories
uh,
of.
It's Pharaoh Hotep. That's his name.
What
I
was
just
it?
heard you make an H sound and that's
the
it.
money. Pharaoh Hotep.
Just Hotep. That's kind of boring.
Yes.
It's like
Extreme Team,
Like,
though.
I have
naming
no
your
idea
King
what
John. It's like,
this
I don't
is.
know.
Did Extreme Team come from the 90s? I think
Of
it
course,
did.
yes, it's the name.
I find
How
it
they
kind of
even
boring.
extreme?
I'm not sure why.
You can have a 4-wheeled vehicle. Come on.
I mean, the logo's classic. I think there's a sticker in Ninjago City for that.
Huh.
What are
Wouldn't
these
surprise
rock
me.
raiders?
Oh yes, next up, Rock Raiders. Power Miners is superior in every way imaginable.
And
This is
Power
cool.
Miners ran for like 3 years with like 100 awesome sets.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I feel like mining has been covered already, and we don't really need a lot more.
If we're gonna bring more, I want Power Miners, not Rock Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I mean, we have to
this
go
is-
for the classic version.
I mean, this is
Yeah.
assuming that the Rock Raiders. Well, my biggest issue would be the Rock Monsters, because if this does win and they do make a set out of it, even if it doesn't win and they still make a set out of it, they would have to update the Rock Monster model so it's not just one ugly hunk of
Yeah, that's a
plastic.
given.
That
And I think
doesn't-
they.
Good.
The Rock Monsters are
I'm
cooler.
still upset over how Power Miners ended. It's like I wanted to know did the Power Miners, are they okay?
Well,
Did
yeah,
they get out
the
okay?
scientist was in Atlantis.
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
he was okay.
that's true.
Because like I
Mhm.
want to know that they succeed in their. They kind of ended the line on a cliffhanger. It's like
So did
where-
Mars
where-
Mission.
Yeah.
Remember
that
how they had like the
sucks.
blog for Mars Mission 2 where like every few days like this astronaut would be saying what they're doing, then one
And
day
were-
they just ended.
They died. They must have died.
The
It
aliens
sucks.
killed
I
them
wish they.
and harvested their bones and flesh for their energy.
I don't want to hear that, man. I want to know that like Rex or whatever that guy's name was okay, like Commander Todd or Tim or whatever.
He
Like-
died in a heroic sacrifice to blow up all the aliens.
But it didn't work, and the aliens killed them all.
No, they were all already dead when he
I just
died.
want to know that the
Written and
power
directed by
miners
Ryan
are
Johnson.
okay. Did the power miners get out of the mine? That's
Yeah,
all I
because
want.
Brain made it out. He
Yeah,
made
we
it
know
to
Brain
Atlantis.
made it at least, but that's
But was
all we
Brain the only
confirmed.
one?
Possibly.
Maybe he went to Atlantis with Survivor Syndrome or something.
Why on
Yeah.
earth would you like,
Survivor's
get out
remorse.
of like
Yeah, Survivor Remorse.
molten
Yeah.
core of the earth and escape rock monsters and then just be like, yeah, I want to go to Atlantis.
What else
I
is
like
he
how the
gonna do
Rock
with this
Raiders
thing?
section isn't talking about Rock Raiders at all.
Well, it's Atlantis, Power Miners, Rock Raiders are all kind of in the same vein of theme.
Mhm.
They're
They're
like
all
They
like
are, and
club
Power Miners
genres.
and
I
Atlantis
mean,
are
like,
so
the
much
thing
better.
is, though, like,
locations.
Power
basically.
Miners and Atlantis all take place on Earth. Rock Raiders takes place on an alien world.
Wait, it does?
Oh yeah, they get stranded
I've been lied
on an
to.
alien world, on like an asteroid or whatever, and they have to like mine resources just to stay alive. And
Wait,
then the
when
rock
did,
monsters come and just
when did
The
this,
the art was pretty mega.
when did this come out?
90s.
I wonder if Armageddon influenced this because that sounds like the plot to Armageddon, the
Yes.
movie. where they go to the asteroid and they have to mine into the asteroid to blow.
I mean, it's kind of like insectoids to a degree.
Just not as cool.
There's a specific Rock Raiders poster I'm looking for. There we are.
Oh, I think I found the
Like-
tile with the Extreme Team logo on it.
Like here,
Just a
Orion.
moment.
This is.
Oh, from Ninja
Rock Raiders
City.
I skipped
Oh,
it in there.
it's so tiny.
Yeah, you'll have to zoom in.
very
But
small.
it's pretty neat.
Nope,
I
this
think.
is not
Wow, look
Extreme
at all
Team.
that 90s chrome.
Yeah.
This looks like a.
Leo, that's
Fucking
way too low res. I can't.
It's the only image I found.
Oh, man.
What?
Is this official?
Yes.
Who's the
it's
guy
like
who?
concept.
Jeez.
Not Goyer. The guy who did Geiger. This looks like a H.R. Geiger painting.
It really does.
Let me check the book I first saw it in.
Wait, I have to zoom in order to. Oh my! I am zooming into 400%, and it still isn't big enough.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe it's better if I took a picture from the book where I first saw it in.
there we go. Here, wait. I'll let me fix this for you guys here.
I'm gonna post this just picture in our Discord server. If you want to find it, join our Discord server. The link in the description.
Here, I'll do you. Here, Liam, I'll do you a solid here. Watch.
I already posted it.
No, I meant like just for your eyes. Here. All right. Come on. Okay. Oh, nope. Now it's gonna take an eternity to upload.
Okay,
Never
well, let's
mind.
continue then on to studios.
Yes.
Does this mean we can
I-
get a
I-
Sam Raimi Spider-Man set if we vote for studios?
Well, maybe
no.
not Spider-Man.
No. If we got Jurassic Park 3 sets, that'd be pretty cool.
Studios, I have no idea what they
horror
do.
set.
But at
You know,
least
more mon-
I liked studios well enough, so
Yeah.
I feel it's not enough of a theme on its own to properly represent the anniversary. You know.
Man, give us a Lego backlot set.
yeah. Well, this was the backlot was for studios, so this literally is the backlot.
Oh.
Like everything you found in
Mm,
backlot was based off of studio sets.
Well, we need a set based off of backlot and not studios.
But they're the same thing. Backlot is just the name of the studio's
Yeah.
game.
But like backlot as a concept is cooler than a Lego Studios
But
set.
but Orion, you're not understanding here. With this set, you can make true Lego cinema.
True.
I don't know. It depends on which version of Frankenstein we're talking about.
We're talking
Oh,
about.
I don't think there hasn't been a good Frankenstein adaptation.
We're talking about Mel.
Maybe ever.
What about that one with Harry Potter?
What about the one with Gene?
Harry Potter.
What's his name?
Yeah, what's his name? Daniel Radcliffe.
No, Gene.
Oh,
Gene.
Frankenstein with James McAvoy.
Yeah.
And Daniel. Oh, I forgot that was a thing. Wow.
Was it terrible?
Well, yeah, it was really bad. Yeah.
I thought so.
But that was a movie. Wow. I remember I Frankenstein with Aaron Eckhart way more than I
Yeah, right.
remember.
What about Mel Brooks' Frankenstein movie?
Yes.
Mel Brooks.
Young Frankenstein.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's okay. I don't know. I'm not a big Mel Brooks guy.
Come on, The Blind Man scene is the best adaptation we've ever seen.
I think the worst Frankenstein adaptation is probably the one with Robert De Niro. I forget what it's called.
Robert De Niro was in a Frankenstein
Oh
adaptation.
yeah, I think it was just called.
Yeah, I think it was just called Frankenstein. Yeah, and it had Crispin Glover in it. Maybe.
Oh man, when did that come out? Was it like? Was
It
it one
was-
of those movies that was
it was-
kind of like riding the wave?
Early
Bram
90s.
Stoker's Dracula.
It was like in the 90s. It was before
Oh,
Bram
yeah.
Stoker's Dracula. Yeah.
Well, no. I think Bram Stoker's Dracula was like 91 or
No,
something like
no. That was like 95, 96. Yeah.
oh, okay.
And I think this may have actually come out the same year as Bram Stoker's Dracula because they were all at the time trying to make monster movies. I don't know why. But back to Lego though, because we had a big one. The big
Oh
one.
yes, the big
What is
talk of
the
the town
image?
next.
What is with the image? Why?
So
Now,
They
apparently, a lot of people are
chose-
upset about this. Personally, I'm just happy to be included.
I don't get why this is upsetting either, honestly.
Yeah. To me, this is actually way
you
funnier.
picked, like, these
too.
really nice
Like,
box renders and
of
all that
course.
for the previous sets, but it's like you just
Of
stick the
course,
canister on
for
there. Half the
Bionicle.
logo is like off. The main thing you see is Technic, and you can't even see Tahu. You
Whoever
can't
put
even
the
see
picture
it.
on
To me, though,
was
this
not
is
a
just
fan of this
this is
scene.
just perfect because it's like out of all of the sets you could have like a weird flubbed picture of. Of course, it was Bionicle.
Yeah,
That's what
It's like,
makes
come on,
Bionicle
guys.
legendary.
I mean, but I'm gonna be honest. I'd pick the canister tug set for Bionicle out of all
I
this.
mean, yeah, it didn't stop me from voting for it.
Like,
Yeah,
my
it's the
theory
first-
is that there's an argument about whether or not to include Bionicle in this poll at all. And so, like, finally, last minute, they finally said, all right, we'll give in, you can include Bionicle. And then at that point, there's no HD renderings of Bionicle out there from G1.
Yeah, but you could still use a picture of the
No, but-
instructions that have it on there.
Maybe a picture.
they
that
have
has
those
At
readily-
least you can
Bionicle.
lay that flat.
But
right?
they wouldn't have that
HD
readily available,
promo?
though, is my point. If there's just a last-minute thing.
Is there no HD promo art for G1?
Now that
Is
I've
there no
found.
Google image
was
search?
made before HD was existent.
Like, yeah, there's no good promo art for Bionicle out there.
They could have
Wow.
just Googled something and
hang
got
on,
something.
hang on.
Well, besides, they don't want promo art. All of these other pictures are pictures of sets.
But hang on. I got this straight from Brickset. They couldn't have just used that?
You mean the Tahu instruction piece? Maybe.
Yeah, couldn't have just used that?
I don't know.
You know,
Well, no,
what
that's
I
not a
would've
set. That's a
done-
render.
What I would have done is I would have taken the wrapper around the canister, would have gently taken it off, and then you just scan it.
Well, this is
You
probably
could literally just use this.
Right, this is probably a model that they just have for archival purposes. They're not going to take
Yeah.
it apart like that.
Surely they have more than one, right?
No, they keep one of every Lego set in their vault.
So some guy goes deep into the Lego vault. He takes the key.
Yeah, just
from
like Area
the
51 in the
keychain.
Ark of the Covenant.
Yes.
It's dark.
Just
he
like that.
flips the light. He opens the.
Wait a
safe and
minute.
Puts the combination
You know what
in.
it was? All of these are probably scans. They literally probably went down there and scanned the boxes. So that's why the Bionicle.
I mean, maybe.
Oh,
That's
He picks up the canister. He runs back up to the Lego executive. He's like, "But sir, it won't scan. It's not."
picture of it!
And then they're freaking. The Danish people are freaking out. It's like Nifa Norka, no. Take a photo. Who here has a modern day cell phone or something to take a portrait, a selfie of this?
Just a moment. Let me run a reverse image search here. I want to see if that image of Tahu is anywhere else.
Some genius Lego exec is there trying to scan it and roll the canister in real time to match the scanner. To get a full scan. It's not working. Frick!
Forgive me, but
I
I'm
told you this is why we
I'm
shouldn't have
still
included it.
laughing
The
at the
fans are
Danish
talking
people are
shit
freaking
anyway.
out.
What if we cut it?
So-
It's the only one we have left, sir.
Just from a
We'll have
from
to
a reverse
buy-
image search, this does appear to be a new picture.
Oh.
Contact
okay then.
Greg Farshty. He might know what to do.
Well, hey,
Also-
at least we know it's genuine, right?
Also, if you look closely at this image, there's some weird stuff going around in the background.
Like,
Look at God. I'm
whoa,
trying to
they
zoom in.
photoshopped it. You're right. Look at the top.
I don't see it.
You don't see
It's
it?
all
No.
hexagonal.
Okay,
It's so
Mace,
weird.
look at the-
Oh no!
Okay, so Mace.
Okay,
look
I
at- so
broke
you see,
the
brown
stream
top
trying
of
to
the
zoom in
canister?
here.
Okay, so the brand top of the canister, right, Mace? Okay.
Yes.
So right around the black canister, there is a weird, hexagonal, slightly lighter black
Oh man.
shape around the
Weird.
canister, and then the rest of the background is all solid black. But there's like
It's
a weird
too
hexagon.
original.
Huh.
What are they trying to tell us? Is this a symbolic for something?
Yes.
No,
we
let me
must
call
employ the
Coraline real
B-movie
quick and
fans
give him
to
the
win.
info. He might be able to come up with something.
All right,
Message Christian Faber. Consult Greg Farshty. Consult
Wait.
the bones.
Leo, you're a naturalist. What do hexagons mean?
It means B-movie fans.
They show
are
up
all
everywhere in
people.
nature.
Man, I'm detecting an insane amount. The
You guys-
Fibonacci sequences
You
are
guys
off
go
the
research.
charts on
What
this
do
photo.
hexagons mean?
All right, since I
same
seem to have
thing.
broken the stream.
Oh,
Or I
Or-
haven't
not-
taken organic chemistry. I don't know.
No, we're not offline, but like the web page won't display anymore for some reason. There is what we're talking about on this picture. I can't tell- Also, if you look at the bottom in the background, you can see some weird stuff. It looks like they taped together black construction paper or something.
Oh no, I know
I
what
think
this
that's just
is.
Shadow.
They took a photo of it, and then in Photoshop they cut the canister out of the photo
Yeah.
and put it into this background. And then it must have been really last minute though, because they had to like touch up something around the edges because the whole canister isn't even in the actual photo. It's just photoshopped into this entire photo. It's not.
Then what's with the background? Like, there's stuff in the background.
No, I know those are like photoshopped shadows. I'm
No,
like very sure.
There's like reflections though in the back.
Yeah, I don't know.
So I
Maybe
guess
they-
I'll ask the question again. Like, does this really make it the best representation of Bionicle that they could have?
Yes.
made?
Yes.
There's a lot of
It's so-
conversation.
It's
I don't really understand why that's the conversation we're having, though. To be honest.
Because it's
Yeah,
fascinating.
Not really.
wait. What if they?
Well, I still need to get to the community reaction, so we should probably keep going.
let's
We've
talk
I
only
don't
about
want to
Arctic.
spend a lot of time on community reactions anyway, so
Talk about Arctic announcement.
Wait, what if they actually did just put it against a scanner and scan the front? They put a black piece of something over the top. So they literally put it into a scanner and get the front of it.
Wow.
It's like, well, you could put Bionicle into it, but there's 5 minutes until this contest goes live, so you gotta hurry, man.
Run.
And next up we have Arctic.
Boring. We've gotten better Arctic sets in the future. Shouldn't
Yeah,
win.
we've literally just got them.
4-man off, basically.
And then finally Alpha Team. I did vote for this one.
I voted for this one too.
That box art is sick. Look at that.
Oh,
That-
and if they do Alpha Team, will they correct their mistake they did in the final wave where everyone's name changed?
No, keep that.
Oh, I
Keep
certainly hope so.
That was not a mistake.
Yes, it was.
They switched
Agent
bodies.
Flex
There was
always
extra
has
lore
skull.
going on.
That's another thing. Like, if they do Alpha Team, are they just gonna have like an updated version of the complete team, or just a few members?
Didn't Chase get a
If it's just a few
minifigure?
members- What's up?
Wasn't like the agent collectible minifigure like Chase?
I don't think it was technically him.
Ash,
It was just
I
a
thought.
reference to him.
This castle is a big set, but I feel like they had much better ones, and this isn't the best.
Well, this isn't a set that they're going to do.
Yeah,
I know. It's just I don't
like
feel
a
it,
representation of the theme as a whole.
I don't feel the theme is putting its best foot forward with having this as the cover image.
You see, now you know how I feel about the whole Bionicle situation.
I felt the same.
No. More people are
It-
talking about Bionicle because of that than not.
yeah, I'm.
Bionicle breaks the mold once again.
It's true. And the vote is active for 5 more days.
Okay,
Wow.
remember, vote for Bionicle.
Yes.
I need to open up an account on 4chan and just rig the whole thing and have everyone go.
No, you need to do this.
Do you want to make an
fairly.
internet historian
Do it by
video
the
out of
book.
this?
Ah, yes, a poll, very professional.
Well, okay, what would be like? That's the thing, though, is since it's not just letting you suggest anything, though, you've got to choose from their options. So they've kind of rigged it against that.
no.
But if you really
I'm
want to
pretty
destroy
sure
this,
there are-
what 3 themes would you choose?
Ryan, vote for Bionicle.
I mean,
Or I would be
obviously,
sad.
Bionicle and then
Wait,
an
two other themes Lego
overwhelming-
would never choose, so it has to be Bionicle?
yeah, an overwhelming amount of Paradisia.
One Paradisia, one
Bionicle, Paradisia, and like model team.
Yeah.
Remember not to go too hard on the bad set votes, though, because if everyone votes for the bad sets, then they'll win.
It would be entertaining, though.
It would be terrible and a waste of 90 years.
This
I
one
want
guy in the
Bionicle,
comments of
dang
this
it.
blog thing, he's like, hashtag anything but Bionicle, please.
This is why we're going to win.
Careful, that's what Trump said.
And he won.
No, well, from a certain point.
Well, not according to YouTube.
All
But
right.
anyway.
So Ford, you have 3 or you have a minute and a half to talk about the community reaction.
All right. So basically,
give
everybody's
people
fed up
like
with the
that.
fact that Bionicle is on it because it's not fair that it's on it for some reason. I don't know why.
It's the
they
best
think that.
theme, that's why it's
I
not
guess they
fair.
think it's still not Lego, but you know, it is. So deal with it. Galador's Lego too. Boom.
Galador should have been on the
also-
list. What's going on
Yeah,
here?
that's the thing. Galador isn't on the list. Western isn't on the list. And I would argue that's a classic theme. Just saying.
See, that's why Bionicle has to
But,
win. It's standing.
I'm
in.
sure we
But
could
the
find a
other thing
lot
that
of
they're
things
complaining
left out.
about is that all of like the town and space and all those other themes are like split across like the different sub themes,
Mhm.
and they think that those subgenres are going to steal away votes from like kind of the main like core of each of them. So like
I think that's the idea.
Electron, Florians might steal votes away from classic space.
That's what I'm hoping.
All that, and that's what's going to fuel things like Bionicle, which are like Bionicle adventures and singular ideas like them to really get to the front. Which
Good.
honestly, I'm kind of hoping for.
hmm
You know, because like I feel like they spread out all the boring stuff and kind of left the
I see this as an absolute win.
yeah. It's like
Mhm.
they kept the more meaty, like interesting stuff, at least to me, like together as one thing.
Mhm. We'll
Yeah.
always get more castles. We'll always get more space. We'll always get more of that kind of thing. You know, we're not ever going to get any other Bionicle outside of this.
Exactly. It's like you have these unique ideas like Bionicle. I mean, dare I say, Adventures, Time Cruisers, and Alpha Team that you're never going to see from Lego ever. Like, do
I'm
you really
surprised
think
Alpha
we're
Team's
gonna
on
get
the
a
list,
Secret
honestly.
Agents theme again? Do you think we're ever going to get an Adventures theme that isn't Indiana Jones again?
No, what we're
Or-
going to get
or
is
part of
Ninjago
City
Secret Agents
even?
and Ninjago Adventures.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like, do you really think that we're gonna get this stuff on its own again outside of like Ninjago or some other like city offshoot like that? And do you really ever think that we're ever gonna get anything like Bionicle ever again? That
Wait,
is
are you
Ninjago?
sorry? I zoned out. Are you reading community complaints, or is it just you talking?
No, this is just me. This is just me.
Oh,
It's just like go for something interesting that's not, you know.
you know what we will get though?
there.
We will get probably get some sets based off of the Indiana Jones Bethesda game. I'd wager.
Indiana Jones, I
I
think,
would-
is already basically confirmed to be coming back.
I hope so.
With the 5th movie, I think.
Why did there need to be more?
Search for George Washington's teeth.
Movie 5 is maybe the worst idea in cinema.
Why
They're-
do they need more movies? Just
Well,
make
but-
National Treasure 3, will you?
Oh, they
Before
are.
Irishman
Coming to
2,
Disney
literally
Plus.
anything.
But before we
They
sign
are
off,
making
I'm
National
gonna
Treasure 3, you remember?
Yeah, they are
What's that?
making National Treasure 3, Ford.
Yeah,
Oh,
you remember. We talked about it.
cool.
I want to add on to your comments, Ford.
Uh-huh.
Not about National Treasure 3, but about the poll.
Uh-huh.
So this theme, the idea for this poll is to be about 90 years of the Lego group, right?
Right.
So the big three that have always been associated with it are town, castle, and space in some iteration or another. So as much as I'd like Bionicle to win the poll, honestly, I would probably feel a bit better about some kind of commemorative space or castle set
I wouldn't.
making it said.
But those still happen.
Yeah, those
now.
still happen now. In fact, classic
It's
versions
not
of them.
It's not about whether they happen now or not. It's about
That doesn't
is
represent the past, though.
of
Yeah, they're not-
I mean, but that's the thing. Like, I see what Leo's saying. It
about
doesn't
90
kind
years
of like represent what they've done, like to start. I guess like what really got them the footing.
But this isn't supposed to
But-
represent that.
Bionicle is a seminal theme, and
Yeah.
and you know me as one of the greatest Bionicle fans to have ever lived.
Leo, I've never
I
thought of
still
you as
think-
that ever.
Well, it's true.
He reads it like every summer, man.
But his collection is small. He doesn't even have any of like the classic Toyamata.
I do. I
I
do one.
Leo, do you have the entire G2 box set? I didn't think so.
No, but I
G2
bought the
doesn't
entire
count.
G2
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right.
GG.
You're right.
Or I don't know if that's bragging rights or not.
I mean, no, the
G2
box
was
is
a
cool,
mistake.
but it's not Bionicle.
But the point is, like, it is Bionicle, like, seminal of Lego's achievements in 90 years. And while it was
Yes.
a big thing for 10 years, and it did save the company, like, I'm not sure, is it the image of Lego necessarily?
Yes.
More than
That's
classic
right.
space or castle.
Is it the image of Lego?
Yes.
What,
What?
Liam? You think so?
100%.
It's an important part of Lego's history that
Especially-
has no
Bionicle-
A lot of things are important. part of Lego's
Bionicle
history,
is the theme that revolutionized Lego into the phase that it is now.
Exactly. Like if you never had Bionicle, you never would have had Ninjago. You never would have had Nexo Knights.
Never would have had
you
Chima.
Never would
would
have had the
have
Lego
had-
movie.
Yeah, you never would have had the Lego.
Actually, for sure, you wouldn't have had the Lego movie because Lego wouldn't have been moving forward with story-driven.
Lego would have also
It-
done
It wouldn't have
it
been
was the
anything
first
either, it would've
truly
lied.
story-driven. Like main thing was really like getting the story out there. Really, aside from just putting out the products.
I think their marketing was
Yeah,
excellent.
that's the
as
thing. Like
well.
it was a full-on marketing. Like it
Grill.
was the whole like synergy between like story marketing and product that just worked. And for other companies that do the same thing, it works for them too.
Well, it lived through. Wait, when I forget what's the exact year that it ended?
2010.
2000 when?
10.
You can
10.
safely say May 2010.
Okay, yeah. It lived through like a whole era of different styles. Like if you watch the Bionicle commercials, you can see stylistically how you'd have like the kind of like edgy Nickelback kind of Daughtry era with Anika, and then you have kind of like when they're starting to kind of get over the edgy 2000s era with like the newer sets at the end, like Glatorian and everything like that as well.
And then even
so it's
before
like
that,
it
you
encompasses
have,
a whole decade basically
Yeah.
very perfectly.
And before that, you had like the sort of Islander feel of the first few years, and then you had like the sort of meshing between like 2003 and 2005.
Well, it had a sort of
Sort of like
a
epic
lot
style.
of media coming out around then was very heavily influenced by the Matrix, and you can see that especially in like the Metro Nui stuff. It's like the cyberpunkish sort
Slow
of
motion.
Though there's a YouTube video I saw. It contrasts like how Bionicle's commercials were always different than everything else on, where Bionicle chose to make their commercials more like movie trailers rather than toy
Yes,
commercials.
I've seen the same thing.
you.
But so those are all nice points and everything. But it is also, Orion, as you said, a decade. Part of what boggles my mind with the setup poll is the way they've split up, and as we commented on before, several of these themes in these particular ways. Because they have covered a lot of aesthetics, but they're also splitting up the votes for.
And I think that's
Town,
fair because
space,
those are technically from that era. Those were different themes.
And that's fair. But these are also concepts, not necessarily aesthetics, that have lasted through not just like from 1950
Like literally, they
ish
last a
through
generation.
the 80s all the way to now. Like this is still stuff, design influences we'll see in Ninjago, in creator sets today. Whereas the
But
design
I-
influences of Bionicle have largely been incorporated into Ninjago, and it's evolved beyond that.
Well,
So
and you can see the influence.
Do
of
they
Bionicle
get
in
credit
a lot of
for
toys.
inventing knights and astronauts? Knight and astronaut toys are a thing. They didn't really make that up, you know?
that's not the point, Mace.
I see your point, Leo. However, I think you are overlooking that a decade is a long time, even in the history of Lego. That 90 years isn't 90 years with the Lego brick.
No, it's not. It's also wooden duck. But
Yeah.
I know that.
And also, you could look at it as well. The 2000s not only were it was a very like turbulent year stylistically, whereas now look at I don't know, the 2010s was also turbulent, but not as much. And if you go to like if we're looking at forward to the 2020s, this is gonna be the blandest decade ever with like zero stylistic changes really. But on top of that, though, I feel like dang it, I lost my train of thought. Great. What the frick?
It's like there's nothing different happening. And I
Yeah,
feel
well,
like
no,
this is the part where we can say like we can look
Oh,
back and
it was most in tune. That's what I was trying to say. The marketing and the toy product, it was most in sync with whatever was going on stylistically at the time. Whereas when you look back at other decades, I'm not like a Lego historian expert or anything, but you look at other decades of Lego, they're not really in sync with the times per se. You know, toys back then were all it's very hard to explain. I don't know. When you watch like old movies like even something like Running Man from like the 1980s, everything was like in a very rudimentary phase. Everything was very inefficient and blocky, and it wasn't really directed by anything at the time. Whereas like Bionicle throughout the 2000s was directly influenced by what was going on, like through genres at the time. If that makes sense, I don't know.
But oh, go ahead.
Continue, Liam. No.
I see your point that most people would look at like Space Castle Pirates as what represents Lego most. But I would counter that with a point that was that older generation that did, and there is very much another generation now where stuff like Bionicle represents Lego much more to them now, and we can't always be focused on that older generation.
And I also think as well, Lego changed more throughout the 2000s than it did throughout the other decades combined. Thanks to Bionicle.
Remember,
It's true.
Bionicle wouldn't even.
They're also
Yeah. Like keep in mind, like in the 2000s and 2010s, Lego became the #1 toy company.
Yep, and it would be gone if it wasn't for Bionicle.
Part of it is because
instead of going bankrupt and dying.
Well, it wouldn't have died. It'd probably be Mattel or Hasbro.
Yeah.
Probably.
It would have been eaten up by one of the larger companies. But like because of this and other business dealings they had, like Star Wars, I can't discount Star Wars in this.
I can.
They had that. I mean, like for me, it's like people always say, like, "Oh yeah, Bionicle," but Star Wars was the real thing that got them, you know, to #1. But like, really, they had to pay for the license to do Star Wars. So like,
They didn't make
that's
any
not
money off of it.
true. Yeah, it's like Star Wars just
Still
kind of
boggles
helped
my
keep
mind.
afloat. Bionicle was the one that internally got them revenue.
Star Wars did a lot for their marketing, but Bionicle did more for the company.
Yeah.
So you would counter my aesthetics point by saying that as a piece of company history, Bionicle is more influential and more impactful than any of the other options they've mentioned.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I mean, like,
Bionicle,
Not just
compared to,
on
like,
a
the other ones on the list of themes that they had on that poll. And
okay,
you know,
could
barring
look at it-
the image that they used, it is the most visually striking.
Well, no, you could look at it like this.
So irregular.
From like you could look at Lego from like a non-Lego history standpoint, whereas you have like all these, you know, different revolutions throughout history, like or you know, industrial revolution or whatever. Bionicle is very representative of like the revolution of the internet, like and the exponential growth of how much the internet has affected culture. Like I'd say the internet has affected culture more than different revolutions throughout American history. And you could say, you know, it's in parallel with Bionicle as opposed to other previous Lego themes because it came out at just the right time to get on the internet and, you know, be distributed and influence people that way.
Plus, I feel that Knights and Castle and Space, Lego already recognizes and appreciates them as part of the legacy all the time.
As part of
All
Ninja.
the time. Bionicle doesn't get that same kind of recognition or, care put into maintaining it as one of the classics. It needs it and arguably deserves
By
it. in a
Lego, at
way
least.
that
By the fans,
Castle
it
and Space
does.
don't. By the fans, sure. I'm talking about the company.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that was specified for people who might not pick it up.
Yeah, I'm talking about the company itself.
It still gets references here and there, and
That's just rogue individuals who we know well.
Yeah, rogue individuals putting in a sticker every now and then. Not quite the same as having a full set of different colored classic space dudes show up for a second movie.
or perhaps literally putting in Black Falcon Knights in the new set that we just discussed.
Or having a gigantic $200 Barracuda Bay love letter to the theme.
So you've already got the big three there.
I feel Bionicle deserves that kind of recognition too. And this is its only chance to get it, most likely.
And technically, you've gotten classic down. You've gotten that before.
So the initial
as a tribute.
What's up, Leo Talk?
The initial thing I was getting at was more an understanding of the aesthetics that Bionicle would be I'm saying about that Lego would be dealing with this poll, like as a celebration of what am I opening? Hold on. No. Let me rephrase this because what I just said is nonsense. My initial point was: is Bionicle representative of 90 years of Lego history? And I think y'all have each said a very good argument for it. And I would like to add also, kind of add down to my original thing, a counterpoint to myself to what I was initially saying, that the three themes, town, castle, space, also would be weird to try and synthesize, because I think those three are the strongest, like, Lego legacy themes, you could safely say, since they've been around the company since the inception of the Lego brick, pretty much, with the minifigure. But with Bionicle, there was a lot of creativity that was unlocked. It's beyond the marketing, beyond the influence it had, taking advantage of the internet currents going on at the time, or whatever there was. There was a very good core of creativity that fans capitalized on and are still working on today. That I think would be make it a good candidate for this. So I'll say we've defeated my initial argument with these.
Leo is defeated. That means we're done.
We won?
I do see your point, Leo, but I feel like they already get their honoring and they already get their
Mace.
love.
No, Leo's saying that you won, Mace.
Mace,
I know, and I'm saying yes, I do, but I do.
Mace, no.
Mace, what are you talking about?
I'm just saying you had a good point, and I don't mean to try to stomp it into the ground.
But you already did.
That's kind of why I put it out there.
I know. But just because I won doesn't mean I can't be gracious.
It's Leo. You don't have to be gracious. Leo understands how it works by this point, don't you,
Our
Leo?
podcast, you don't have to be gracious, except to the guests that have more subscribers than us.
Leo probably has more subscribers than us. He has a channel.
That's not true. It's been sitting at 100 something subscribers.
100K?
No.
Come on, Leo. You can do better.
No. BioTuber isn't subscribed to me.
Hey, very nice.
Yeah, I should invest in BioTube, get some BioTube Bitcoin, and
All right. That's going to do it for us today. So be sure to leave your comments on this discussion, what theme you'd like to see, and what theme besides Bionicle as well, because I don't think Bionicle's going to win, honestly, because it would be the most expensive to produce.
Traitor!
No, it'll win. They just won't consider it.
I mean, it might get in the top 3.
Wait, what do you think will win?
I think Bionicle will win, honestly.
You think
Classic
Bionicle will be
Space
made the
is
set,
gonna
or you think it
I
will?
think Bionicle will be the number one choice in the poll.
I mean, I think they're going to end up making it something boring. However, I think it would be absolutely hilarious if Bionicle smashes through the second poll as number 1.
Trains has a pretty good chance. I'm hoping one of the space subs.
Trains?
Yeah, trains.
Really?
Never
Trains and
underestimate
trains?
the power of the
Trains
trains
is
community.
No.
Or do you
Train
not remember the train setups at Brick Fair?
I mean, yeah, I remember them, but
Train- I don't know
do
what
these
it is.
people really need more
That's a cult
trains?
following right there.
Is that really what they need? They've got like a gazillion different trains from a gazillion different themes. Why do they need more
There's honestly
Sorry.
not enough trains.
I do not have any ire for the Lego train community. They
I
are
wish
very
what was
impressive.
that the orange
But,
train
like,
that came
They're
out?
always saying that they need more trains. You get a new train like every year or two. When was the
What-
last time we got something from Construction? Oh yeah,
What-
2017 or something.
Okay, to be
let's
fair,
swim off before we go any
yeah,
further.
construction deserved to die. Trains did not.
I mean,
Okay.
it did kind of deserve to stop it still.
Anyway, and also, what was that? The orange one was like the Sunset Express or something like that. I want that
Yeah.
train. I really love that set. I wish it's really hard to get now too. I wish they'd do more trains like that. Say the crocodile, which I believe was the last one, and that was ugly.
Whatever that haunted train was really cool.
Yeah. You
And
know,
that
like,
concept
you've got
of the
like the
snake
ghost
train.
train from Monster Fighters. You've got another
the one.
ghost train from Hidden
I want more-
Side.
I want more
Like-
refined trains.
I mean, you almost
I think
got a
June-
train from Ninjago, but that didn't happen.
Yeah. That would have been cool.
So,
But anyway, I think trains has one of the biggest chances of winning. And I wouldn't be
I
upset
think
if
it's
it
in
did.
the classic space.
I think they could also come out with a really cool train if they did that.
This
That's
is also true.
All right,
Better be-
But anyway,
again, please leave your comments below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video, go and view the older episodes. We've talked about a lot of recent stuff lately. I am almost finished with Ninjago City. By this time next month, hopefully it'll be done and I can start work on the docks. I plan on making a video about that when I do. I've got some other Ninjago
Please do.
content coming out, so stay tuned on the channel. And for Ford, Leo, Mace, Orion, and myself, LQ, we thank you for listening, and we'll see you on the next episode.
farewell.